Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taddy. I'm an astrologer and I make videos on astrology, self-growth, self-care, self-love. So if that interests you, please continue watching, please subscribe. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what you need to know during your Saturn return. This is part 2, so go check out my part 1 video. I also have a few videos on my personal Saturn return, but this is more so a general video of what you could be feeling right now, what you could expect if you're, currently going through it or you haven't passed that Saturn return yet, the exact, degree. And there's a lot that has come up. There's a lot that is coming up. So go grab some tea, go grab some coffee. This is a more casual sit down video. And there are two main points I wanted to really discuss and go in depth with in this video. The first being that your Saturn return in Aquarius will be a lot to do with your friendships. And I know in the previous video I did speak on how your Saturn return really changes what you believe in terms of your community, who is a part of your community, but what I'm starting to realize is you're really also understanding who are your friends, who are your close friends. And the interesting thing with Saturn is you might be putting up more boundaries with your friends. They might be putting up more boundaries with you. And this is uncomfortable. This is really difficult because you might not know who are your true friends in that way. And what is friendship to you? Who are you allowing into your life, and who makes you feel safe, who makes you feel seen, who makes you feel heard? And this is really hard for me. I am an 11th house stellium, so I love my friends. I really value my friends, and I have a lot of friends. And it's really, really difficult with friendships when you're not really sure where you stand with a friend, or when you aren't sure if they really value you as much as you value them, and also which friends actually uplift you or really want to be there for you in a supportive way, or who actually is happy for you when you're doing well, right? I think it's important to note the friends that aren't really happy for your successes. And if you're the only friend that really gets excited when things are going well for them, but they're not as excited for you when things are going well for you, then that does say a lot. That does say a lot. And I know that for some people, it's hard for them to express certain things, or maybe they don't know how to be happy for other people or how to encourage people. But this is part of the Saturn return lesson too, because Saturn can be cold. Saturn can feel cold. And when it's represented in Aquarius, when you have Saturn in Aquarius, you are really understanding that you either have to be an authority figure within your friends and cultivate that community for yourself, and which friends you feel safe around to disclose your feelings with. I really believe your Saturn return really makes you understand and come to terms that sometimes it's okay to not seek things externally. You really need to learn to find that closure and that love for yourself. And you are becoming your own adult. You are becoming that authority figure in your life. And other people are gonna start to see you as that authority figure. So it's interesting when we talk about friendships, because maybe you are understanding that you can have different friends for different things. Maybe it's understanding that some friends you would see maybe once a year, and that's totally okay. Maybe it's some friends you will catch up with once a month, and that's great. Maybe it's knowing which friends you want to see constantly and who are very, very supportive of you, who make you feel seen and heard, so you want to spend a lot of time with them. And I think this is really, really important, but it's also you expressing your boundaries with the friendships you're allowing into your life. And how that community is seen for yourself, like how you are feeling safe within that friend group and multiple friend groups if you have multiple friend groups. So I'm hoping this helps. Let me know in the comments if that resonated. It's interesting because I'm currently in my Saturn return in Aquarius, and I started my community, the Moon Sign Creative Community, over on Patreon right before my Saturn return. And I did this because I wanted to create a safe space for people to share what they're going through and to make new friends. And that's exactly what I did, which is amazing because now I host monthly events for the new moon and full moon, but also once a month in Toronto because I live in Toronto. And it's been very exciting because I get to see those friendships that I formed online come to life more so in person, which is amazing. And I also get to understand that sometimes you have to be the creator of your community. So I will be making a future video on how to find your community. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. If you want to join a community and you just want to learn more astrology, you want to make art, you can check out the Moon Sign Creative Community. I'll leave a link for that down below. We're happy to have you. And I wanted to talk more about what else you can experience during your Saturn return. I found out for myself that because Aquarius is an air sign, a lot of the issues that have come up for me have been more so a mental battle. So, a lot of the issues for my Saturn return have been me struggling with myself and overthinking situations, also really learning to rewrite my own narrative for myself and how I'm limiting myself, how I'm holding myself back, and how I'm talking to myself too. So Aquarius is an air sign, so it's very talkative. It wants to explain feelings. It wants to overly communicate in an amazing way because it's an amazing communicator, but it wants to understand the root of things, essentially the thought patterns, where beliefs come from, where does all of this come from. And what I've noticed for myself with my Saturn return is that I am currently trying to rewrite a lot of the narrative that I grew up with. For example, this was scarcity mindset, really moving and shifting into a mindset of abundance and recognizing how much gratitude has helped me. So creating a gratitude journey for myself. I would, journal about gratitude daily. So having a gratitude list has really, really helped me. So I recommend it for anyone. But I also am trying to go back to the memories that have hurt me the most, where I feel the most pain, the most trauma, the most triggers, and rewriting that narrative, right? Because oftentimes I think before your Saturn return, you can feel like you're the victim. And I completely resonate with that. And sometimes you are the victim. I want to be very, very clear. Sometimes you are a victim and you should seek support and guidance, maybe a therapist, maybe, somewhere safe. But the thing is, if you stay and hold on to that victim mentality, even though you're in the present and you've managed to change that for yourself, maybe that situation, maybe you don't live at home anymore, maybe it's something different, maybe you're like, okay, I have more power than I think I have more discipline than I think I have more ability to change my life, right? And that's the magical thing. When you start to realize how much power you have over your life, that's when things click and change. And I think rewriting your personal narrative of what you want to believe is so, so, so important. And there's a few ways I've done this, and I'm happy to share that in a future video. Let me know in the comments if you want help with that or if you would like to watch that. But I'm just going to use one example, and that's, journaling, writing down the negative thought patterns you might have. Maybe it's limiting beliefs, maybe it's you talking negatively to yourself, and then crossing that out and really looking at the facts of, is that actually true, right? So, for example, I had this belief, that I'm unlovable, right? So I look at this, I write this down, and maybe it's because I live by myself. So I write this down and then I cross this out and I'm like, okay, but how are all the ways that I am lovable, right? So then I would write out all the list of, like, the list of names of friends that I have, or I would write out what I'm doing for myself to show myself love. Maybe that's buying a coffee for myself, or going for a walk, or taking care of my body, or certain things like that. And then I would write down things I want to believe that make me lovable. Like, maybe I really love my voice, or me sharing content with the world, or maybe someone left a really nice comment on one of my posts, and that will show me that I am loved. Even though they don't say that, it's that feeling of love, right? And you can then share the truth of what you're seeing. You can see more of the truth, that you actually do have friends, that you actually have people that are there for you, even if it's just yourself, right? Even if it's just yourself, just know that. And I'm sending you so much love. If for any reason you feel unloved and you're working on that, and you're working to see that you are worthy of love, because you are inherently worthy of love, and you are working towards that goal of loving yourself better, taking care of yourself better. So this is just one example, but I really wanted to share what has been helping me. And I have quite a few methods on this. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know what you think, how your Saturn return is going, because I really want to know. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one session with me, I am offering birth chart readings. I had Saturn return readings, but most of the time people just book a birth chart reading, and then you can put in the comments that you want to explore what is happening in your Saturn return, and then we can look into aspects around your specific Saturn and what is currently happening in your chart if you're going through major life changes, which is really possible during your Saturn return. It's a major pivotal point in your life. So if you're interested in that, the link for that is down below, and I'm happy to help with that. And also, if you'd like to join the Moon Sign Creative community and just have a group of friends to share what you're going through, to do new moon and full moon rituals, the link for that is down below. It's over on Patreon. It's really fun, and we'll be happy to have you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which videos you want to see next, and if this was helpful. And I just want to say the universe has your back, and with peace and love, take care. Bye.